right, so I have to share something with you guys. I did everything that I possibly could, and even that was still not enough to get into a residency program. I got rejected from a physical therapy residency. But then I leaned into an opportunity, and now in the very near future, I'm gonna be working in paradise, Hawaii, baby. This story is just crazy. I can't wait to tell you how this rejection from residency led up to an opportunity to work as a physical therapist in Hawaii. All right, let's get to this vlog. Lego. Hey everyone, what's going on? My name is Justin Lee, Doctor of Physical Therapist. Here you'll find videos on fitness, physical therapy, and lifestyle that helps inspire self-change. If any of that resonates with you, feel free to subscribe and hit those notifications. Okay, so residency. Last time we left off, I was talking about grinding, about working super hard, and how all of that's gonna pay off in the end, and then how I finally got that email saying, hey, you're invited for an interview and a mock eval. Guys, guess what? All of that hard work has finally paid off. I just got an email saying, congratulations, we're moving you on to the next step of this interview process for the residency program. We are gonna interview for a 2-hour-long interview. What? That is so long! But guess what? All the hard work pays off. So I just want you guys to understand that the grind, just keep grinding, keep working hard, because one day it's gonna make sense and it's all gonna make it worth it. So they told me this was gonna be a panel interview and a mock evaluation in this whole interview process. So as I was anticipating this day, the night before, I recorded myself and kind of showed about how I prepared for this next day, how I prepared for this interview, and things like that. So check it out. So tomorrow is the big motherfucking day. Tomorrow's my residency interview, the day I have been anticipating for a long time now. Residency program, it's an outpatient orthopedic facility. So if those of you guys who are in California, oh, there goes the lights, it's flickering. It's feeling my energy. What the hell? Why is it flickering? Stop it. Ow, it's hot. All right. Anyway, I wanted to just hop on here, just vlog a little bit, kind of share some of my thoughts, show you guys the process of how I'm preparing for tomorrow, and everything, all of that. First off, my thoughts. I have been far more anxious than I have in my entire life for something, and I don't know why. It kind of feels like when I was interviewing for the DPT position to get into DPT school, but it's like intensified times 10. It's getting late, I'm getting crazy. Oh, the light is feeling my energy. Dude, I don't know what's going on. Stop. All right, flickering light, deal with it. I just feel intensified in this season, but I'm working through it. And as I have been preparing and practicing, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm gonna have to prepare myself to last for 2 hours because I've never done a 2-hour-long interview before. I'm understanding that it's a panel interview, so since there's gonna be several people, I have to learn to speak to everybody and not just one person. So that's something that I am processing through in my mind as I'm trying to prepare for questions, prepare for any kind of things that they might throw at me. And if you guys are interested in what types of questions I was going through in my mind and how I would answer that, put it in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. I'm doing a mock eval, so you got to make sure you come prepared. If you have anything to write notes with,
come with the body chart. So in the subjective, you'll be able to go through that. And you guys remember the video that I went through on how to go through the subjective exam. This is a great tool to use to go through and write down each point that all the questions and information that you gather. Secondly, this is just another sheet that we use. Supposedly they use this in a residency and fellowship, at least in the Kaiser system. And at APU, this is a worksheet that we have to fill out after our subjective exam, right before the objective, just to make sure you're understanding and interpreting the right information. So this is what I'm taking in for the mock evaluation as I go. Of course, I have my notepad ready to go, so whenever I introduce myself and stuff like that, I can always take notes. And what I like to do is I like to write down every person who's interviewing me, write down their names so I never forget, so I can always address them per name. And then after, when you guys see my other video on the tips and tricks to stand out a little bit better, when you write your thank you cards, you already have a list of who to write to, and then just like that. Next, this is my resume, and because I'm a doctor student, of course, I get double pages, baby.
I left our interview feeling, I mean, I thought the first part, the panel interview, went really good, but then the second part where it was the mock evaluation, I wasn't really sure about that.
All right, what's up, y'all? So I just finished the interview. You guys see like this half smile, right? Ay, ay, ay. So it was a 2-hour long interview. You got the panel for the first part and then the mock eval for the second part. I feel like I did really well on the first part of the interview, the first part. It was a panel of 5 people, and they were asking me a ton of questions. And it was a lot of questions that I did not really expect. I mean, of course, they start off with like, so tell me about yourself, right? And so you tell yourself about PT, all this stuff, and then now they started asking a little bit deeper, like, why do you think you're such an achiever? Where do you think that comes from? Where did you fail? What did you learn as a failure and during your failing times? And I was like, damn, I'm on the hot seat. And then, of course, like I brought up YouTube a lot and brought up how I make these videos. And they spent a good like 15-20 minutes asking me about my YouTube venture. Like, why do you make these videos? What's the benefit for you? What's the risk? Like, who are you trying to target? How can you target a large audience? Like, I was like, what the heck? Like, I would have never thought like I would be interviewed 20 minutes on my YouTube venture. All right, so now it's time to do the mock eval. So, yeah, this part, I feel like I kind of got stumped a little bit. I don't know if the point of them was to try to stump you to just see your clinical reasoning or see what you're doing and how you kind of go through an evaluation. But I was like, I don't know. I can't really, I don't think it's ethical to really tell you guys about what kind of case I had. But it was a challenge. I mean, there was legitimately a part in the evaluation where like for 30 seconds I was just calm, just didn't talk, like I was thinking, because everything that I kind of ruled in and ruled out was kind of like, it was a gray area, and there wasn't like a clear picture through it all. So I felt like, I don't know, it was
But anyway, so weeks go by after, and I'm like biting my fingernails, and I'm like, what is gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And I finally get an email saying that I was waitlisted. Waitlisted? When I heard that news, I didn't know what to think.
So I recently got an email saying for my residency status that I have been waitlisted for the 2020. It's an interesting feeling. I got the email and I was like, waitlisted? Like, like I wasn't sure if like, should I be happy? Should I be sad? Like, I wasn't really sure what to think. And I was like, it's kind of weird. It's like this limbo. I never been waitlisted for anything before. I don't know. I thought the interview went pretty well. The clinical part, yeah, maybe I could have done that better. The interview, yeah, I mean, I definitely could think of a lot of mistakes and things I would have done or said differently. But I think overall, I thought it went pretty well. So I guess I'm just a little bummed because it was like, I gave it everything that I got, like every checkbox possible. I checked it off, all those things, try to set myself to the most successful position I could be, and to kind of think about it like, dang, my best only got me a wait list is kind of, it hurts. I received the email like 2 days ago, and the last 2 days have just been like, I just been in my mind, you know, like, could I have done something better? Should I have done better? I kind of got to a place where I started to really question my value, my worth. You know, am I even a good PT? Am I even a good PT student, physical therapy student? I freaking suck. You know, and these things and
then fast forward another week, and then I finally get that letter saying, hey Justin, we are sorry to say that you are rejected from the physical therapy orthopedic residency position. So I get the official news that I got rejected, and I was pretty sad at the moment. I was pretty sad. It really put a damper in my hamper. You know, like when you have a damp hamper, it just like smells. It just has that like, that moist, just that like, you know, that smell, and that you can almost taste it, you know? So it's like you have to disregard everything. You have to drop everything that you've been doing, and then you have to put it all back into the washing machine to have it all washed and clean all over again. And so likewise, I feel like after I heard the news, I had to drop everything in life, and I had to just wash down the planned canvas of my life that I had planned. Like, okay, I got residency, I might do fellowship, like all of that is just like, I just had to wipe it down. And so after I had to wipe it down, this is the part when I have to tell you about Hawaii. But before I go on, at this point, you guys, if you're feeling sorry for me, you know what would make me feel 1,000 times better is if you hit that like button. And you know what would make me feel so loved at this saddest point in my life? I'm just kidding. But it would be that if you would share this with your friends. All right, guys, so Hawaii. Okay, I can't wait to tell you the news. So at that point, I'm left there wondering and really distraught, like, what am I gonna do with my life? Like, everything that I had planned is just gone, and, you know, I'm just there, like, my wife, my 100-pound wife, my small wife is just holding me, and I'm just there crying. What are we gonna do? What am I gonna do? And she comes up and says, what about moving to Hawaii after graduation? And then I stop crying and look up and say, that's a great idea.
That's it.
And then at that moment, I remembered I had a classmate who was from Hawaii, came to school, and he was gonna go back to Hawaii. So the next day, I asked him, I was just literally like, hey bro, is your company hiring any physical therapists? And then so he said, let me get back to you. The next day, I kid you not, I get set up with a video chat interview with the director or the owner of the clinic, and the day after, praise you, Lord. The Lord gives opportunities, because guess what? The day after, I get offered a job to work as a physical therapist in Hawaii. What? Are you kidding me? And just like that, that is how I got a job as a physical therapist in Hawaii. And that is why you always keep your network open. Unless it's your Wi-Fi connection, and that would just be bad because you're just gonna be prone to getting hacked or something like that. And so, yep, it is decided. My wife and I are just gonna relocate from Southern California all the way to Oahu, Hawaii. And we're just gonna start a new life. I'll work as a PT. She's gonna do her own thing. So there's a lot of big plans coming up in 2020, and that's why I said a lot of things are coming up. So guys, I thank you for all your support so far, for just getting me to this point. And this move is gonna be, it's gonna be pretty intense, you know? There's gonna be a lot of financial differences from where we live to where we're going, and loans, and you know, there's just a lot at stake. So you know, I'm trying to figure out like ways to make a little bit more money, especially like online, and maybe helping or getting some help from you guys, whether it is through support and buying some of the gear, or I was thinking about maybe making some courses or like a Patreon account or something like that. So guys, anyway, I just want to thank you, and I just want to say thank you, and I love you so much for being so supportive all up to this point. And now I can, you know, get to a point where I'm moving to Hawaii, and you guys are still going to be following me, because I'm gonna be working in Hawaii as a DPT and making DPT vlogs as a physical therapist on the waves of Hawaii, brother. So it's gonna be pretty cool, so I'm pretty excited. But that's where everything is going now, so thank you guys. Change people, change people. That's why we lift for change people. Stay lifting. Have a great one, you guys.